look at that view. Good morning, everyone, from KOTOR Montenegro. Before we arrived, we had a 2-hour journey driving south from Dubrovnik, Croatia, and into the Bay of KOTOR Montenegro. If you've never heard of or been to KOTOR, it's a stunning town from every angle. Inside the medieval walls, the city is crisscrossed with narrow streets and squares amid a dreamy maze of cafes and artisan shops. Set beside a sparkling fjord-like bay backed by white rock mountains, this place is one of the most photogenic spots in Europe. Today's video is going to be very simple. We're gonna walk around the old town, explore this hike where all the fortifications are right up this mountain range right here. Last but not least, we are going to eat in town. We are going to get some local Montenegrin food, and that is going to be my favorite part, always. We're not gonna walk up to the fortification until sunset because that's the best photography hour. We are actually not staying in the town of KOTOR. We have a car. It's a lot easier to get around this whole area around the lake when you have a car. But if I didn't have a car, I would recommend staying in the old town, right in the middle of the old town in KOTOR. It's just a lot more accessible. You can walk everywhere around down there. We're kind of staying just like a 10-minute drive south. My mom killed it with the Airbnb because we have such a gorgeous view of the entire lake area. We can see everything from our Airbnb, so I'm happy to link the Airbnb in the description too. It's very spacious. It's a 3-bedroom for 2 nights. The total cost was $100. All of this fresh cheese is fresh mozzarella, and that prosciutto, so delicious. We're now entering the sea gate. There are 3 entrances to the wall. Whoa, gotta get out of the way. There's the north, south, and the sea gate. We just walked through the sea gate. Whenever I get into a European city with an old town like this, I like to get lost in the small alleyways as deep and as far in to the city as I can go, because the more you explore deeper within the alleyways and you take turns that you don't know which way you're going, the less people and the less crowds you'll run into. And the less crowds you run into, the better photos you get. Walking around the alleyways just for a little while. We decided to try and get out of like the main center area of the gates, and we found a restaurant called the Old Winery Wine Lounge Bar. The prices here are a lot more expensive because we're inside the city walls, and I ordered a plate of sea bass, which is 15 or 16 euros, but you could probably get it for cheaper so long as you are not inside the walls.
Don't drink nothing, don't eat nothing, just sit there. Place and go outside. Enjoy.
Thank you. He heard me talking to you, saying that this place is a little bit expensive, and he was like, yeah, it is. And it is time to feast. I ordered the daily fish. It's a local seafood, and this is the sea bass. Perfectly flakes off. It's got that golden crust over it, which is exactly what I was looking for. Squirt some lemon on it, of course. It's like perfectly salted and juicy. The brown crust is definitely a flavor that adds to it.
small piece.
With the little droplets of vinegar around it. Wow, this is so good. It really helps that I'm like extremely hungry too. Mom got some of the black risotto, classic Balkans meal right there. Dad got the puttanesca. I don't typically eat the skin on a fish, but this is so perfectly crusted and grilled and crunchy. There's so much olive oil in it, but it's actually really good. A lot of the time we've been drowning our food in olive oil this trip, and I'm getting into it. What happened? You guys aren't drowning your food in olive oil?
I am.
It is already drowned. My parents have been lathering their food up in olive oil, just like taking the bottle. Look at this pigeon eating the cat food. Set out for all the kittens, the cats of KOTOR. You attracted all of them. You just gave them all food and now they're all gonna come to me. It's okay, they're cute. I kind of like them. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. There's a third one. They're everywhere. I love them. I think they're so cute. Anyway, I like cats. I think they're cute. They can go off for 3 days. You don't know where they went. They'll come back with a mouse. They went off on their own, independent, strong, beautiful creatures. It's totally Professor McGonagall.
Yeah.
A game time decision because my parents really want to go back and get that prosciutto and cheese that they saw at the market earlier. I wanted to get them to go up to the fortress with me. There are 3 different spots. It looks like instead I just changed my mind here and thought about doing a sunrise hike because the weather has been so clear. There's no rain, there's no clouds, so it looks like we could potentially have a successful sunrise photography session up the fortress hike. You can never really bank on having a good sunrise photography session because you never know with the weather. So I think we are going to go back down to the market and get some fresh local food, enjoy even more food, and then go to bed early and wake up for the sunrise. Mom's back at it, getting the cheese and the prosciutto. I'm pretty okay with just like calling it an early night. I don't like to be in a rush. I like to land in a place, walk around, get a feel of the city. Ooh, yum, thanks. I'm actually excited to go back to just relax because, you know, we did so much today. You know, we ate, we walked around. It's tiring eating and walking around all day. All day for like 3 hours, 4 hours. Everything you wanted, Mom? All right, let's do it. Let's go back and eat some more food. It is a great morning for a sunrise hike. Let's get out of here.